Leaving Luss and heading south, you'll pass the sign for the ferry for Inchmurrin Island. For a day to remember, sail to this beautiful island. The Scott family have owned and farmed this island for over 70 years, idyllic and quiet, populated by 10 people, 1 horse, a dog, 30 cattle and goats. The romantic ruins of Lennox Castle, dating from 1393, are on the island, built for Duncan, the 8th Earl of Lennox, as a hunting lodge. Lady Isabella, Duncan's daughter, married Duke Murdoch of Albany, the Regent of Scotland, and in 1425 witnessed the execution of her father, husband and 2 of her sons at the beheading stone near Stirling Castle, when King James I took his revenge for the misuse of power during his minority. She was imprisoned in Tantallon Castle near Edinburgh, later released and spent the rest of her life on Inchmurrin. Others of note to have visited include James IV in 1506 and Mary Queen of Scots in 1563 and her son James VI in 1617. A ferry runs most days from midday, but there's no fixed timetable. The Loch is also at its southern end home to the Loch Lomond dock, the only place in Britain where this rare plant is found. The loch discharges into the Clyde estuary by the river Leven, and indeed was called Loch Leven before the 13th century. At 27.5 miles long, this tadpole-shaped loch is the biggest breach in the Highland Boundary Fault and Britain's largest area of fresh water. The north end is firmly in the Highlands, whilst the southern end is in the lowlands. It may once have been a sea loch, as at its foot it's only 4 miles from the sea, and the upper loch at Tarbert is only a mere 1.5 miles from the sea loch, Loch Long. The loch is also one of the deepest in the country, at 653 feet at the narrow upper sections, whilst the southern part is open and shallow. It supplies over 2 million gallons of water a day to local industries. It's also connected by a network of tunnels to Loch Katrine in the heart of the Trossachs. Over 40,000 people visit on a busy summer's day, and well over 2 million a year journey to this famous beauty spot. Continuing southwards, Rossdhu Point juts out into the loch as its big house, once the family seat of the Colquhoun lairds of Lass, looks over the world-famous Loch Lomond Golf Club and Cameron House and Gardens. In the hills above Cameron House, there are the ruins of an Iron Age hill fort and a Neolithic tomb over 5,000 years old.